Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. We're doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So it's on a Friday. We're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese and CFS meteor models. I'll get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video release today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. Got 10 to 14 day coming up for you shortly. By 6 PM this evening, we're going to be releasing Terry Scully's September and autumn forecast. So that's going to be very interesting view. Always interesting to see what Terry's forecasting, and that will be coming up at 6 PM this evening. Please like, share, subscribe on all today's videos and content. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, let's start off with the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly from the Arctic and the North Pole view down from the JMA. So this is the North Pole just here, got the wider Arctic Circle round there, and we've got the latitudes through there. So blue is extrapolating to below average height, which is low pressure, yellow, orange and red to above average height, which is high pressure. These are breaking down into week periods, and the first week period rotates from the 1st through to the 8th of September. This week we'll have above average heights, high pressure, sitting over and to the north of the country, with a trough of below average heights, low pressure down to south towards Spain. That means it's going to be an anticyclonic week and a warm week as well, potentially quite hot at times, with winds coming in from an east or a southeasterly direction. Week 2, not much change. It's going to be the 8th to 15th of September, above average heights again, sitting over and to the north and northeast of the country and out into the Atlantic too. Low pressure weakening a little bit down towards Spain and Portugal, so not quite such a strong gradient. I think that could mean that you're bringing a little bit more an easterly flow there, as opposed to like that southeasterly, which is still pretty warm wind direction, but maybe not quite as hot there for week 2 as week 1 could be. And then weeks 3 and 4 taking us from the 15th to 29th of September, still with above average heights, high pressure over and to the north of the country, still bringing the wind probably from something of an easterly direction. So again, should be relatively warm and dry there. I think that's the big thing for this September. If the JMA is right, could have an exceptionally dry month on our hands here. This is a tropical and mid-latitude view, so you can't see Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavia, the Arctic, all those areas off the chart up here. However, we know what's going on because we've had a look at that view down. UK and Ireland is in the top right-hand corner chart as you're looking at it. So a reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly from the 1st to the 8th of September. Very anticyclonic, high pressure more or less over the country, low pressure down towards Spain as well, drawing in the wind from that southeasterly direction. It's a very warm week to come. We're in the yellow colours there. Temperature anomaly, that is 1 to 3 degrees above average, 1 to 2 degrees above average, and also drier than normal as well. We see the yellow colours there, which is 2 to 4% of average rainfall. Right, so that takes us through to week 2, which will be the 8th to 15th of September. Still looking pretty anticyclonic, lots of high pressure still in control of the weather. Temperature anomaly still above average in the yellow shades again, 1 to 2 degrees above normal. Another warm week to come there. I thought it might cool down a little bit with the wind direction changing slightly more easterly, but it's still significantly above average. And another drier than average week is predicted as well. And then weeks 3 and 4 still with that high pressure. Come on, highlighter. Weeks 3 and 4 still with that high pressure over and just to the north of the country. Temperature anomaly still coming out above average. A very strong signal for a warmer than average month here for this September. And for weeks 3 and 4, that's quite unusual actually to have such a strong signal for the temperatures. So, I mean, it could turn out to be a very, very, very warm September indeed. There's precipitation just looks a little bit like it's increasing more, especially in the south actually. So possibly hinting at the second half of September maybe goes a little bit wetter. Possibly a little bit more thundery maybe down in the south there. Right, that's the JMA done. Let's have a look at the CFSB2, see how that compares. So again, means the 500 millibar height anomaly is breaking down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 1st to the 7th of September this week, with high pressure over and slightly to the east country, bring up the wind again from that southeasterly direction. mostly dry and potentially very warm. Week 2 is the 8th to the 14th of September. Again, we see high pressure over to the east of the country. Should be bringing the wind still from an east or a southeasterly type direction. Week 3 is going to be the 15th to the 21st of September. And we still have high pressure in control. Maybe weakening a little bit, but still very strong anticyclonic signals there. Week 4 sees a change. It's the 22nd, 28th of September. The high goes into retrograde there. Retrogression of the high pressure up towards Greenland. And we don't particularly show lower pressure, but you would expect winds to go more in towards the northeast and probably a trough through here. I'll put in a question mark. It doesn't actually show that, but if the high pressure does go into retrograde, someone's got to fill the gap. And you expect that to be a trough of low pressure, really. Right, so temperature anomaly for week 1, 7th September, is warmer than average in the red colours there. And no change for week 2 either. It's the 8th to 14th of September. That one also coming out like 1 to 2 degrees or more above average. Week 3. Well, we're in the orange shadings, which is not quite as high, but it's still above average. And then week 4 also comes out warmer than average. It's the 22nd, 28th of September in the orange shade. So despite the high pressure going into retrograde, not much sign of much of a cool down going on there in week 4. And then the temperature anomaly, precipitation anomaly, I should say, for week 1, 1st, 7th of September, that's drier than average. Week 2 is also coming out drier than normal. It's the 8th to 14th of September. Week 3 is the 15th to 21st of September. That's drier than average as well. And then week 4 possibly just into something a little bit wetter, especially so to ourselves. So it really is later on in September that we're looking to get a change to something perhaps a little bit cooler, a little bit more unsettled. But certainly the first half of September is looking really, really warm here. And that could carry on dry, and that could carry on into a second half of the month. Goodness gracious me, very warm and dry September on the way, if this is right. That was just a snapshot, though, of what 2 models are showing, so they could look pretty different when we look at them again next Friday. Any forecast beyond 5-7 days comes with big headwinds and large pinches of start attack, so always bear that in mind, please, with any forecast, beyond a week to 10 days. So we'll wait and see how it pans out, but yes, certainly a very warm and dry signal for the first half of September, and it might even carry on into the second half of the month. It is the second half of September that we're looking to potentially to get something of a change, but we shall see how that all works out. You're going to find out tomorrow how the ECM WF 42-day forecast compares to this, so you'll be able to look at that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We're going to be back shortly with 10-14-day, including all of the great features. We've got Terry Strollers, September, and also awesome forecast coming up for you this evening. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you later on with more. That's all for now. Bye for now.